Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have yet another animated Diary of a Wimpy Kid. This is called The Last Straw. It's brand new, just came out this month. It is, of course, 2025 still, and it is an hour and 18 minutes long. So we get the gang back together again. If you're confused as to why it's animated, if you're new to this, and you might have seen some of these Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies back in the day when it was under 20th Century Fox, before Disney bought them, they were all live action. There was 3 or 4 of them or so. Well, since then, since Disney acquired it, exclusively on Disney Plus, they've had a series of fairly short films. Some, like I think they had a Christmas special last year. It's made to look like it's a Christmas episode. It's really not. It's set in the winter time. It starts out on Christmas Day and has the family scrambling to get to church in time. And of course, Greg, constant whirlwind of just trouble and just chaos, just makes it impossible for them to do anything on time or properly or without just an absolute breakdown within the family. So, yeah, we learn in this also that Greg doesn't even know how to use a key. Like, he's never locked or unlocked anything. He's a kid. What is he, 12 or something? He's never had the responsibility of having to secure something or having to worry about a security. That says something about Greg at his age. He's a little bit spoiled, and he's also again the cause of his own troubles in many cases. A lot of bad stuff happens to Greg on a regular basis, but it usually is the result of him taking a shortcut, trying to beat the system, cheat the system, do whatever he has to get around from actually doing any kind of work, taking any responsibility, or doing anything right, or at least conventional. While that can be a strength in many ways, it is, let's say, it rarely ever works out exactly as he plans when he does these things. So, yeah, Greg, along with his best buddy Rowley, we get to see a few little vignettes that sort of, it seems like there's little tiny adventures put together into this, but they all seem fairly separate. Whether it's having to watch over like a bunch of toddlers as they take them, I guess, to preschool or something. I don't know. They're like crossing guards in a sense, but they lead children on a rope across town. It seems like a really bad idea to give this to Greg and Rowley, but they also the boys try to create a snow shoveling business, which is completely out of character, of course, until you realize that, yes, Greg will take any opportunity to shortcut it to make as much money as possible, even making just one flyer, or trying to use a lawnmower to cut through some of the harder, deeper snow. And so things get out of hand just enough that his dad, Frank, voiced by Chris Diamantopoulos. I'm sorry, Chris Diamantopoulos. He's done so many voices in so many cartoons and animated series over the years that I should know how to pronounce his name by this point, but I cannot. And by the way, it's a small part, but Gray Delisle plays the organ lady, but she's always been known as Gray Griffin for many years. I don't know if she has a new stage name or acting name, or she got married or not married, unmarried. I don't know. We'll see. But either way, Hunter Dillon is Roderick, and where is Greg? Aaron Harris. Yeah. So it's we get to see Greg go through a lot of different things, issues of his own, problems of his own making. He even gets into detention. He takes a step into politics just to defame somebody that he doesn't like, and doesn't like him very much. He does a lot of different things, and to the point where the last straw is reached with Dad, and he's ready to send him off to military camp after seeing the change in this one kid who used to toilet paper their house like every week, and cause all sorts of vandalism and problems in town. And he came back from that academy, upright, upstanding young man who's just one. He's very acrobatic for some reason, but he's on the right path, and he feels that this might be something that could benefit Greg, especially when things just absolutely reach their limit. So that's the whole premise of the thing. And of course, it is also a story about father and son kind of connecting when it seems like they either have nothing in common. As Greg states in the very beginning of the film, he sees that they have nothing in common at all. They're about to be proven very wrong, especially when they're kind of challenged by the perfect dad who lives next door with the son who must be perfect. It's none of the dads are perfect, but this one dad seems to excel at excelling, and also excel at making it every other dad, specifically Frank, feel like he's not measuring up. But as they decide on a compromise, I'm not telling you the entire story. No, I'm not. As they decide on a compromise, basically, Greg talks him into not military school, but how about we try some things that will help me get on the right path, like the wood chippers, which is like the Boy Scouts. And it's something that the boys have to sort of go through with their fathers, and it creates a bonding situation, or it could totally tear them apart. Which one do you think it is? It could be both. So yeah, these films are always fun. It's sometimes it's hard to root for Greg because he is his own worst enemy so much of the time. He learns his lesson by the end most of the time, but of course at the beginning of the very next movie we'll watch at some point, he's back at it again. And this is based on a series of books. Who is the writer? Jeff Kinney. He's the creator? No, yeah, Jeff Kinney wrote this, and he's also he did the screenplay, and just it's based on a book series by him. So yeah, you know that this is kind of a series of books and stories, movies that teach kids that, yeah, while all this stuff can be funny when you're just trying to scoot by without taking any responsibility or doing things in a way that could cause some trouble, well, guess what? You're not always right, even if you are 12 years old, or however old Greg is. So yeah, definitely give this a shot. Again, you're not gonna. I figured this would have been more Christmassy. That's why I added it in when I lost all of those Lifetime movies. But apparently not. It's just the logo was deceiving with all the lights and stuff. And honestly, the Christmassy part of it honestly only lasts maybe the first 10-15 minutes of the film. And it's not very Christmassy other than the aesthetic. So that's all I could really tell you. Definitely give this a shot if you're a fan of the books and the previous installments. Tomorrow, we are going to be watching something that I also had to pull in that I wasn't planning on doing because I think we did it last year or the year before. This is just the 2025 edition. I'm going to say this again tomorrow probably, but I'm not a big country music fan. I can appreciate old school country, yes. New school country, not so much. But this is going to be the CMA Country Christmas 2020. I'd show it to you, but I also would show you what the upcoming episodes are. I've already picked it. It doesn't matter. It's not a random pick. So CMA Country Christmas 2025 is what we're watching next in the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.